Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I know we usually don't broadcast now, but my guest is over in Europe, and with the time difference, we're going to do it now just so we can make sure we help him get his message out. So, this is episode number 235. We're going to be talking about promoting your brand, your business, being a professional athlete. We're going to cover all types of topics today. So if you are new to the show, we're all about overcoming obstacles, defying the odds, and helping you clear the path of whatever is blocking you from your goals. So helping me have the conversation today is a professional rugby player. This is Lucas Caneda.
Hey,
Good
Robert.
afternoon.
How are you?
I'm well. Actually, it's good evening for you. So good evening.
Yeah, almost. But who's counting, right?
So you said you're over in France?
Yes, I mean I'm in France actually. So
Okay.
thanks for setting the time so I could be a part of the show.
Yes, because last time we spoke, I believe you were in Argentina, if I remember correctly.
I think so. Yeah, I'm from Argentina myself, but
Yes.
I think it was on holidays when we talked last time.
Yes, yes. All right, so give everyone a refresher of who you are, what you do.
Of course, I'm a professional rugby player. Well, actually, a former professional since finished the season like a month and a half.
Mm.
And I've decided this was my last season. I'm almost 32 now, and I had my fair share on my ventures, my business side. It's been a very nice journey and nice adventure. I've achieved as much as I wanted to, and here I am focusing on other things and dedicating more time to my business, basically. So I'm also on the business side, entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur since I remember. On the digital marketing side, now my latest venture is CX Sports, owned by Challenger X PLC, an English-based company that's listed in Aquis.
Okay. Yeah, it broke up a little bit there, but I think we got all of it in. All right. So, how hard was it of a decision to decide to retire?
To be honest, it was pretty easy,
Okay.
I would say, because it's strange, right? Because most of the people, they are kind of forced into retirement.
Mm.
But in my case, it was more like right? Just I've done as much as I wanted to. I had my challenges, my adventures, tough times. As your show goes, shut up and grind. I mean, I've been there, and I loved it. And but I mean, even though rugby is my passion, and it's always been, I'm also very passionate about business and what I'm doing. So I decided it was about time to start focusing and dedicating a lot more time to that side. And I was happy. I'd say healthy decision to not quit, but to stop, which is different. And luckily, I mean, I've been preparing enough to be able to take this step into something different, which, from my experience, most athletes don't work on that, on what's coming afterwards. I've been working on it for a long time. So for me, that step was actually a step forward, not just a roadblock or a hard feeling. I'm feeling better than anyways.
Yes. Okay. So you started business as you were playing. How difficult was that?
It's tough. I mean, but everything's tough, right?
Yeah.
I mean, good things don't come easy. I've always said that, and sports are tough too, and I think that's what makes it a lot more interesting. And if you're not in for the challenge, what are you in for, right? I mean,
Yes.
at least in my experience, the challenges it's what lights the fire inside, right?
Yes. Love it. I'm writing down that quote. If you're not in for the challenge, what are you in for?
You like that one?
I, I did. I did. Yeah, because like when it comes to sports, like I tell people I play to win, and they act like it's unhealthy. I'm like, how is it unhealthy? It's like in any sport, in anything, you're setting off on this business venture, and I'm assuming you expect it to be successful. So I think that's why a lot of professional athletes succeed in business because they understand that. Like you play for the success. I mean, yeah, the passion is there too, but losing all the time sucks.
Of course. I mean, why do you play if you don't want to win?
Yes. Yeah.
But
I mentioned. Go ahead.
Go ahead, please. I mean,
I was just gonna say, I bet Dan Marino would trade in some of his records for one ring. For one ring.
Of course.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I mean, I've always had that experience. The same that happened to you. Like, you always want to win. It's okay by just playing and having fun. Yeah. Well, guess what? I'm not having fun. I'm playing to win, and
Yes.
and I had that winning mentality, and I've always speak about this. That winning mentality is what takes you further,
Yes.
makes you want to push a lot harder, makes you take the tough decisions, and get hit. It makes you to step up.
Yes.
And I don't see it any other way. I mean, if you really, really want to succeed in sports or in business, it's not going to be easy. And people that don't want, I mean, I think that winning mentality took me from where I was to where I am today. And yes, it's a process and it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, but having that resilience and that will to overcome problems that you will always encounter, it's what makes you win at the end of the day or succeed.
Yeah, you're right. And to add to that, it starts with the expectation. Like I had a track meet over the weekend, and I was saying all week I'm getting 2 golds. Like I'm coming out of this with 2 gold medals, and I ended up taking second in the discus, and it's okay. But I went into it preparing to win. And then there was a person who was just bigger, stronger, and he had better technique than I did, and he beat me. It is what it is. But I trained, I put the time in, I mentally prepared to win. And that comes from the expectation. Like when your expectations are low, your output is low.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And as you said, I mean, it's not just the result that counts at the very end. Everything you did was to win.
Yes.
And you made damn sure that you did as much as you could to win. Okay, you came in second because someone maybe was a bit more lucky or he was a bit better. But again, you've done everything at your power to win. And I think it makes the difference.
Yes, agreed. All right, so how are you applying the grind that you took to become a professional athlete and transferring it into your business?
I think sports and business are very much, and we always say that you need to roll up your sleeves and get to work.
Yes.
That comes for business too. I mean, if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, which is not for everyone, but more and more people decide to go into creating a business themselves, and they think, yeah, well, I don't know what to do. I'll make a business. I'll create a company. Well, I mean, if you to do what it takes, guess what? Most of the startups fail. Most of the startups go broke. I mean, that's just stats. And we've worked with many of them through our incubator, and the main difference, what I really like to look for is entrepreneurs are willing that resilience, that that green mentality to takes to win.
Yes. Yeah, and you've said the word a couple of times already, and that word is resilience. Because in anything, you got to be willing to push through. Like you just have to be willing to push through. And I do a lot of obstacle races with my fitness peeps, and just the lessons in those races, because sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's rainy, sometimes it's super hot, sometimes it's snowing, sometimes we're on a mountain or we got to cross through water. There's so many things, so many elements we have to prepare for, but no one ever thinks of quitting the race, no matter what we deal with. But then out in everyday life, you get an ounce of pushback and people are so quick to throw up their hands and not finish. It's just saying, okay, so today wasn't the day. Let's regroup, let's replan, and let's figure out the next strategy so we can keep moving forward. Like that's where that resilience comes into play. And that's where Shut Up and Grind was even born. Because like if you want it done, 100%. Okay, we hit that roadblock. How can we get there then? We got to reroute, regroup, replan.
Yeah, and keep pushing, right? I mean,
yes,
it's going to be tough. I mean, and that's how you can connect sports and businesses, because your character that you build as a sports people, that's the same character that you need to succeed in business.
Yes.
And that's why I believe it's very, very much connected, and how sports people can have an impact and a difference. And in my case, I mean, it's been a team, which I think makes it even stronger, because you depend on yourself, but also you need to manage people, create a nice atmosphere, a nice motivation atmosphere where we actually grow together, make this happen.
Yes, and having a firm mission, having a firm mission is key. Like even if I'm onboarding new train, I almost said breaking in. Even if I'm onboarding new personal trainers or fitness coaches, I always tell them, like, our job is not to help people lose weight. Our job is not to help people build muscle. And people think like, what? Like, that's why I became a trainer. It's like, no, that our job is to implant a lifestyle into people's minds. Right? When you implant the lifestyle, the actions follow. The actions will follow with their fitness, with their nutrition, with their water, with their lifestyle fitness, and then everything else will take care of itself. And then that's how people can keep it off and not have to yo-yo. So we just remind people, no, this isn't just about the number on the scale. Like, focus on performance. Focus on swinging heavier kettlebells, lifting heavier weights, running further without stopping. Like as your performance grows in all of those areas, then you'll look down and be like, wow, I'm down 3 pant sizes. So
the rest will come, right?
Yes. Yep. Put in the work, then you'll get the spoils.
Of course. So I'm so happy that you mentioned that, because it's in your head.
Yes.
Today, if you don't build that mentality, it's very easy to quit. Because if you don't get the results that you were looking for in the first month, okay, I'm quitting.
Yes.
But if you get that mentality, that resilience, that grain up there, you'll push harder next month. I mean, if you're not there where you want to be, okay, maybe I haven't done enough. I mean, that's my first reaction.
Yes.
But people would say, coach, I mean, he sucked. Right? And then he just quit. Or no, I mean, everything that we were doing is it's bullshit. Well, that's not the case. The problem is you haven't done enough. I mean, that for me is the first question that you need to ask yourself. What can we do? What else can we do to get where we want to be?
Yes.
And again,
love that.
Same happens in business.
Yeah, love that. So when the guy beat me in the discus, I asked him, I was like, what did you notice when I was throwing? And he said, my spin was too fast. And he said I was dropping my arm just before I released it. So it wasn't like, I was mad that he beat me, or I was jealous that he beat me. It's like, what can I learn from him? It's like that's that mentality. When you're always looking to learn from people who have what you want. But envy takes over, and that's why it's one of the 7 deadly sins. Like envy takes over, and when people get jealous of other people's success, like it's like, don't be jealous. Find out how they did it.
Yeah. But again, your first reaction as soon as you got second place was trying to learn from what happened, right? You went straight ahead and asked that guy, what was the difference? How can I improve? Because you've got that winning mentality on your head trying to push you further every single time.
Yes.
Because you wanted to win. You want to win so hard that's what keeps pushing you. I mean, that's what pushes me every day.
Yes, absolutely. My brother is on. He says you always need as well like-minded people around you to help feed and encourage your actions and thinking. Absolutely, because who you hang around with is going to decide your own mentality. You know, that's just how it is. If you hang around 5 people with a bad attitude, it's going to drag your attitude right down with it.
100%. And also is that team. If we come back to that team spirit, that team building, and it's powerful. That I mean, we don't have best of our days every single day, right? We sometimes and lazy once when he was training. It happens more than often, right? And you need to keep pushing. Yeah. Well, but if you've got a good group with the same mentality, well, I'm sure that one of the group is going to be, okay, let's keep pushing, and they pull you up, right? And the next day, it's the way around.
Oh, I lost you for a second there.
Oh, no, I was saying that.
Go ahead.
No, that on a different day, it might be who's pulling the rest, but as a team, you always try to push. But if you get into that spiral of bad mentality, then everyone's going to be dragged down.
Exactly, and that's the worst. All right, so let's talk about your new venture you have going on with the digital marketing.
Yeah, I'm very excited about what we are doing. We are targeting a niche that's very tough. We found out that people are struggling, athletes are struggling, and as an athlete yourself, you know that it's very sponsors. It's very hard to generate extra revenue streams.
Yeah.
So that's our main focus today, especially with amateur and semi-professional athletes. We are really looking to provide them what we call a guaranteed sponsorship, and we are doing it for everyone.
Wow. All right, so how does that work?
Good question. So what we do is create them our main tool that's called a money page. In customized, personalized page for each and every one of them with their story, their biography, their challenges, what they do. And in there, on our end, we fill that money page with sponsors that work with us.
Okay.
And those sponsors will be paying lifetime current revenues based on performance to those clients. So the more people we bring to our own money pages, the more money we make, basically.
Okay, that sounds like a solid plan.
Well, yeah. Sometimes the first reaction we get is that it's too good to be true.
Well, when I first saw it, I was like, I think I'm on board. It sounds like a really, really solid deal. And I know you're just starting, so things might change 5 years from now. So I'm going to get in now.
Well, hopefully not. I mean, the idea and our mentality came like, do we help everyone out there? Because we know how hard it is.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm an athlete myself. We've been through the hard times that mean to go out and try to find a sponsor when you're alone. And high.
It's like impossible.
And pretty much, especially if you're not, of course, if you're Bolt, you'll get sponsors. It's easy, right? Everyone wants to have you as their brand image. But if you're just another regular guy like you and me, trying to throw a disc, to run, or to tackle a guy, it's a lot tougher. And what we did is that as a company, we manage all those sponsors for everyone. And we leverage all of our existing relationships with them into getting the best deals out there.
That's great. So how do you go about negotiating the deals? Or is that like an inside thing?
No, we work with every single one of the sponsors personally. That's how in many cases, we've been working with them for the past 15, 20 years.
Oh, wow.
That's why the relationships really matter, right? And that's how we get the deals that we get. And again, if we go with those deals in quantity, in bulk, let's say, it gets a lot easier. And they trust us because we've proven ourselves already that we can deliver. That's why they trust us to add as many clients as we think it's fit.
Okay.
That's why we are offering it to everyone.
Okay. And so how do the athletes make money with this?
It's very simple, actually. They just send as much traffic as they can to their own page for their people to read about them, to see their pictures. Maybe there's a video that we can embed into their own money page too. So they actually drive traffic to their own money page. And the money page on our end is designed to convert. Because the idea is that every client that they refer to one of the sponsors, those clients are linked for lifetime to that person.
Okay.
So if Robert comes with his money page and someone comes in and creates an account with one of the sponsors, that account is linked to Robert for a lifetime. So in the next 5 years, 10 years, if that account keeps being used, well, he's paying you commissions every time, but it's not the person who's paying, it's the actual sponsor. So everyone wins.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a win-win. This is great. So I don't want to say how did you come up with the concept, because you kind of already said it's tough for athletes to get sponsorships. But when you were putting this idea together, like how did you, like the way you have it now, is that how you originally saw it coming together, the platform?
Not really. I mean, it of course changed a little bit, but the main idea was always there to provide sponsorship to the athletes. At the beginning, we wanted to provide a lot more features, let's say, but they all came as a premium. I mean, if you want to get brand awareness, if you want to get, if you want us to work on the market, social media, everything involved or manpower, let's say.
Yeah.
So for that to happen, we would need to charge a fee.
Yes.
Now, we were thinking our main is to give them an extra revenue stream. We shouldn't be charging anything. Find a solution that goes for free. And that's how we came up with this tool called Money Pages.
Okay, so then you would make your revenue from the sponsors also?
We share a commission.
Okay. Got it.
So if you win, we win. So we're invested on the same venture.
Yeah, so see, and I like that concept because now it's advantageous for you to help the athletes.
Exactly.
So it's like kind of like us in fitness when I'm doing consultations. I always tell people the best business card I have is getting you to your goal. Like, cause
Of course.
everyone in your circle is gonna be like, "Wow, where are you training?"
With him.
So that's it right there. That's the same concept.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, so where do you want to see this? Like how many athletes do you want to be working with, say 2 years from now?
You're going too far away. I would say at least 1,000 by the end of the year.
Okay, nice. I love it. And so this is for like all sports. Are you targeting rugby athletes or just athletes in general?
That's also a very good question because we are sport and country agnostic.
Okay.
And actually, fitness is one of our big markets. In fact, we'll be at in Poland in very soon for a fitness event.
Nice. Nice. I could probably
FIWE.
say it again. It broke up a little.
WE.
I think I've heard of that.
It's
Yeah.
very, very big.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that. I think with fitness stuff, I could send you a ton of referrals. A ton.
I'm sure we can find a way. And again, with all your people, I mean, I would love to sponsor all of them.
Yes, absolutely.
And starting by you, by the way.
I already told you I'm in. Yeah, I'm in. You don't have to worry about that one. Yeah, this sounds great. Yeah, this sounds great. And for anyone listening, that either if you yourself are an athlete or you know someone who is and they're looking for exposure, I mean, in sponsorships, you're not going to find anything better than this. Like, I've tried to get sponsorships because I'm a kidney donor. Right? I donated a kidney to my sister 11 years ago, and that always tells a good story because I'm still a competitive athlete. So just even trying to ride the power of that story, it's still difficult to find sponsorships.
It's always tough. I mean, great story, bravo for what you've done.
Thank you.
I can't believe you're still a top-notch athlete yourself. Really, Robert, that's nothing better than shut up and grind.
Love it. Absolutely love it. All right. So what else can you tell me about it that we didn't cover?
I don't know if there's much more to say, right? But the good thing is that it's also very easy to onboard clients because thanks to our system, the important thing to do, and we have a content team that also works with our clients to get it done, is to tell a story, right? If I would ask Robert, could you please, and I'm asking you, by the way, write me your story, your biography. What is it that you want to share with the people, right? Because that's the main thing around your money page is your story. What makes you different? What were your challenges? What were your ups and downs? How did you fight your way through? And I think all those things make you unique, and that's what we work on. And with that story, we will build the money page for you, and we will make it in such a way that's personalized, and we will have the sponsors for you, the ones that fit the most with you.
Okay. I'm very, very intrigued by this. Very intrigued.
Well, we'll make it happen.
Absolutely. All right. So anything else you want to share? Because like I don't do full hours anymore. I mean, I try not to, just because not everybody has an hour to sit and listen to these things. So I try to keep it a little shorter now. But what else? Just anything else you want to share? Or there's someone who's listening and maybe they're not ready to pull the trigger. It's like, just like, what's another just really big benefit that you could share about working with you and your team?
Instead of trying to push this idea further. If they've got any questions, if they are doubting, because many people would, have doubts or have questions, don't understand the whole process, come to me. I mean, it's very easy to just go to LinkedIn and drop me a message. Go to our website and check it out. Check what we are doing with our clients already. The idea is to help you out. What is it that we can do to help you out? That's our main focus.
All right. And what's the website?
It's cxsports.io.
You said CX Sports?
xsports.io.
.io. All right, so I can put it up on the screen. All right. Yep. And so how long did the onboarding take to where someone expressed interest through their money page being live?
Depends mostly on how quickly they can build their story up into something that makes sense. But I would say between 2 and 4 weeks.
Okay. Not bad at all. Love it. Well, Lucas, thank you again for coming back. And
thank you, Robert.
Yeah, no problem.
As always, great show, great host. Keep it up, man. I love it.
Awesome. Thank you. Love it. Yeah, don't sign out yet. I want to talk to you a bit once we go off the live. All right. But sure. Again, thank you for joining. Much appreciated. And I'm going to see you soon. All right. So that was Lucas making his second appearance on the show. I'm going to leave the website up here. And for those listening on the audio, I'll say it again. It's cxsports.io, where if you are an athlete or a fitness competitor, just something in the fitness world and you're looking for sponsorships and exposure, you can get a free money page. It's free. So 50-50. I don't know if it's 50-50, but there's commission sharing and you can't lose. Like, you absolutely can't lose. So go to the website, click on it, and get started working with Lucas and his team. So that's all I got for you for today. I will be back on Friday evening with another great guest. Take care.
You've been listening to Shut Up and Grind. We hope you've gotten some useful and practical information from this show. Robert has over 20 years experience pouring his knowledge and expertise at many events in the service and fitness industry, as well as secondary schools and universities. He has a true passion for helping others break through the barriers that are holding them back. To book Robert B. Foster to speak or to reach out, go to robertbfoster.com. Till next time, shut up and grind.